This has to be the most insane mastercraft I've ever seen in Call of Duty. The inspect animation of this XRK Stalker is on some CoD Mobile levels of just insane. What's going on, guys? It's Rage, and welcome back to some more Modern Warfare 3. In my last Modern Warfare 3 video, I just covered the insane buff to the XRK Stalker, which, if you guys didn't already know it, the XRK Stalker got a huge buff to its damage, especially with the leg hitboxes to the upper leg, lower leg, and feet. Within the effective damage range of the XRK Stalker, it's going to one-shot. Now, of course, real quick, we have to go into the firing range and drop the quick inspect on this thing because, again, this is on some CoD Mobile levels of just over the top. Falls apart, comes right back together. Wow. The thing is, we usually don't get these kind of Mastercraft variants for snipers. We usually don't. It's always the red guns that get the really cool stuff. This also does come with a Ram 9, which from the looks of it doesn't really get another cool inspect, but it is a nice little variant of it. Of course, has the tracers on it and everything. If I'm remembering this right off the top of my head, the last time we had this really over-the-top Mastercraft kind of sniper variant was actually in Black Ops Cold War. It was that Mastercraft Tundra that was basically the spaceship. It was a Star Wars sniper of that game, which again, love Cold War, love the Tundra. But again, in Call of Duty, you usually don't get this kind of stuff with snipers. And me as a sniper, I've been waiting for something like this. This is the build that comes with the XRK Stalker, and with the exception of the scope and the stock, it's a pretty solid build. It's already got the factory grip on it, which increases sprint to fire and ADS speed. It's already got the light bolt for faster rechambering, and it's got the KLX-09 short barrel. Now again, like I was talking about in my last XRK Stalker video, this is one of these things where it's kind of hit or miss depending on the map that you use the XRK Stalker on. I mean, if you take the barrel off and decide to run the handler, I mean, the variant still looks really good, but just for the sake of this video, I will go ahead and just use this one that has the little snake barrel on it. We'll go ahead and jump into a game and use it as is, and then I'll go ahead and switch some attachments out. Also, as well, by default, this does not come with an ammo type, which I'm assuming most of you already know by now. You've been needing armor-piercing rounds on snipers to hit collaterals with them, or at least bigger collaterals like hitting triples, quads, 5-in-1s. Most of the time, it certainly helps a lot if you have armor-piercing on, but again, with the XRK Stalker buff, you are able to hit triples and quads without armor-piercing rounds. Now, and again, it certainly helps if you also hit a headshot within the collateral. It's still absolutely beneficial to be running armor-piercing, like why wouldn't you want that extra damage potential? Because the variant doesn't have it, of course, I'm a little bit worried about, of course, like I'm gonna be having this, I'm gonna have a 5-in-1 lineup, and I'm gonna hit mark it. Even by default on it, the ADS really isn't that bad. I think it was like, what, 600 some odd milliseconds? We're all teabagging. Hey, what's up, guys? It's always these variants, too, that come with, like, the really interesting scopes. Like, who actually... Hey, what's up, man? It comes with the really interesting scopes that, obviously, not a lot of people would use, like this, red dot scope hybrid thing. Like, obviously, not a lot of people, like, really go out of their way to use this, unless they're just doing something for the sake of, variety, right? Now, actually, one question that I was getting a lot of yesterday after the XRK video went up was, how does this transfer over to Warzone? Now, honestly, I have no idea. Usually, when it comes to multiplayer in Warzone, the, damage profiles might be a little bit different. They might have, like, slightly different tunings because you're bringing plates into the equation. I'm sure if anything now, like I don't think the damage range or if anything really changes on the Warzone side of things. With whatever build you're running in Warzone, I would imagine if you hit somebody within the effective damage range, it'll probably break all their plates if you don't headshot them. But again, as far as Warzone goes, I don't know. I haven't tested it. Now actually though, there really was a very interesting point that was brought up in my comment section on the XRK Stalker video. Oh man. In the XRK video, I was basically asking the point, or at least thinking to myself a lot of, now, why would they go ahead and change something like this on the XRK Stalker? But there was a comment that I got on the video yesterday that actually makes an insanely good point when it comes to the XRK Stalker and how it's supposed to be differentiated compared to the other snipers in this game. Basically, what makes the XRK Stalker different? Like, what gives it that special little niche about it? I got it pulled up right here. I'll go ahead and put the screenshot up for you guys. I think they buffed it to make it relevant versus the Kar 98 and the Moors. The Moors has a faster ADS, bigger one-shot kill, never needs to reload. The Kar 98 is way faster in terms of ADS and only has a slightly smaller one-hit kill area. Cat AMR is a one-shot anywhere from any range, and the longbow has a huge mag and a super fast fire rate. So really, when you put it that way, yeah, in comparison to the other new Modern Warfare 3 snipers, the XRK Stalker, now with this buff, certainly has its own niche to it, because all of the other ones certainly do. Really does make a whole lot of sense once I really thought about it. I was like, you know, that's actually a really good point. Thing is as well, all throughout the course of this year, I mean, obviously, yes, I have been using the XRK Stalker. I really do love this sniper. I think it's by far one of the best. It's always been one of the best snipers in this game, but really just when it comes to Call of Duty, it's one of the best new snipers that we've had in a really, really long time. Oh, they're still coming this way. Yeah, whoever dropped the advanced UAV, you are a legend, sir. Thank you very much. I'm sitting here trying to reload the sniper. Please, yo, give me a second. Get this thing reloaded. Finally can call on the counter. Now I can call in my own advanced UAV. All right, let's go crazy. I know! I'm actually so upset with myself right now. Imagine that I just go ahead and drop a nuke with this thing. First game on. Come on.
Drop your stake. Securing objective Bravo. I'm taking fucking rounds.
No! Now again, obviously, I will be changing out the attachments on this thing, but for what it's worth, this thing really is not a bad build again. I still need to go back and find the videos and look back at it, but I'm like 99.9% sure that when the XRK Stalker first came to the game, I was out here saying that I know my build's a little bit slower, it's a little bit different, and it's because I was preferring to use the KLX over the Handler LKP. And that really is the thing with a lot of my sniper builds a lot of the time, is that I don't always go for just all ADS across the board all the time, because I don't mind trading a little bit of ADS for damage, especially for damage range or again potential with hitting collaterals and things like that. I would rather lose a little bit of ADS but know that when something lines up, I'll actually be able to hit it. What's up, Tenchi? I'll see you later in the stream, man. Also, I've been noticing this a lot. Ever since Modern Warfare 3 came to Game Pass, there are so many more Xbox players in the lobbies. Even if you're someone that's on the PC Game Pass, it still shows the Xbox logo, which I also did want to talk about this as well, but there was a huge problem with this over the past weekend with the cheating. I don't really know how it happened, but apparently on the PC Game Pass version of it, people were somehow essentially able to bypass the Ricochet anti-cheat for this game. Again, the good news is of it, though, is that it did get fixed really quickly. It's already sorted and taken care of.
Safety.
Oh my god, that was almost one of those moments. That right there is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, I'll be using something without armor piercing on, and I'm gonna get a triple lineup. I also just realized initially, I never went over what they have on the Ram 9. Comes with 2 aftermarket parts, the Cronin Intless MSP-12, the Jack BFB muzzle, the R6 hand stop is good, 50-round mag is good, the Recon comb. Now again, I do apologize, I'm not much of a red gunner, so I don't know the most ideal build in the entire world for the Ram 9, but for what it's worth, very solid build. My only slight pet peeve of it is that I'm not really a fan of using lasers on guns, because they just give away your position. Again, the back-to-back collats, man. Now, if you didn't see the XRK Stalker video that I uploaded recently, again, when it comes to collaterals in Call of Duty, especially on a lot of the newer games, the enemies really do need to be lined up, running right at you. I don't know the exact science behind it, but for some reason, really, ever since COD 4, bullet penetration and collaterals will always register better on moving targets as opposed to stationary. This is not the ideal TDM that I've just spawned into. I'm sorry, what? It is 33-5, gentlemen, what are we doing? I figure why we only have 5 kills. Alright, so we're just deciding to sit in the back of the map and not move. Alright, good job, guys. Dude, why can't I be on the enemy team? I'm just playing with sitting ducks. Usually I'm one to stay for a derail game, but no, I'll pass on that one. I went ahead and changed out the scope and the stock on this, using the Helix LV because I liked a little bit of ADS, but I really don't like running the no stock just because, again, I feel like the flinch is way too much. For me, it's very situational dependent. Like, if I'm just using the XRK, not on an overkill class with 2 snipers, I'll probably run the extended mag. But for example, on a class like this where I am running 2 snipers, I'll go ahead and use the 5-round mag, probably just use armor piercing rounds instead. Oh, Term Dom, this is exactly what I need right now. Yes. It's been 14.5 years, and that dopamine still pings when I see Term Dom. Oh, nice. Even with the other attachments on it, it still does the whole inspect animation. I mean, I would surely hope so, because usually sometimes what ends up happening is if you change out the attachments on these blueprints, sometimes they just don't work the same. Certain camos or camo patterns, maybe even inspects kind of get bugged, but I mean, to be fair, I've never really used many Mastercraft variants, so I don't know if they actually change if you change out attachments.
One top AC laying down.
Top AC? Brother, just call it Red Roof. I was gonna say, of course, the moment I also swing over here, just get flinched off of it, I fight drunk. Top AC is such an insane call out. Like, that feels weird to call it that and not Red Roof. What do you mean? Well, it's not a Red Roof in this game, Mike, obviously. Oh, I didn't hit that, Colette. Oh, that is so awkward. I feel like I'm now psyching myself out that, like, anytime I get any sort of collateral lineup, if I don't have armor piercing on, I overthink everything. They could be barely out of line, and I'll still blame it on the fact I didn't have armor piercing on as to why I didn't hit it. But that's also such a huge part of it, though. Because armor piercing does such insane bullet penetration damage, even on stationary targets, it's just so much more worth it to run it. I'm so upset, man. Term Dom, absolutely no opportunities that game. On the real, though, again, this has to be by far the most insane Sniper Mastercraft variant we've ever had. At least that I can think of. As someone who obviously loves to snipe, it's always kind of disheartening when, like, all the red guns get all the cool stuff. It's nice every once in a while that we finally get, like, a really sick Sniper Mastercraft. And again, the timing of it is really good with the XRK Stalker buff as of recent. Thinking back to that comment, a lot of the snipers really are now in line with each other. So if you're interested in checking it out, the new XRK Stalker variants in the game, if you guys were just checking out this video just to see what it was like, I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, again, with all that being said, that's gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Go ahead and let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about this XRK Stalker Mastercraft. Thank you all so much for checking out this video. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, subscribe if you're new. It's been Rage, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care, everybody.